Hi everyone, welcome back to Sew Happy. Today I'm sewing up the Carica Poolside Cover-Up Set from Mood Fabrics, and I've actually made this pattern twice now, both times in quilting cotton, so you know I'm a fan. I went all in with both versions, every pocket, all the fun buttons, and of course the matching elastic waist shorts. The shorts are very simple to make. If you're newer to sewing, these are a great win. The camp style top is a bit more of an advanced beginner project, but still very doable. And of course you need to go for the full set, right? Mood calls this a beach cover-up, but in my mind it's the cutest summer pajama set all the way. Light, comfortable, and perfect for warm weather. So if you want to sew along with me and make your own adorable matching set, grab your fabric and let's get started. Here are both of my back pieces. I'm going to place them right sides together along the curve and pin in place. I'll repeat to pin together the front pieces. Placing the front pieces right sides together along the curve and pinning in place. Sew your inner curve seams with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, finish the raw edges and press to one side. Place the front and back pant pieces right sides together and pin the side seams. Also pin these pieces together along that bottom curve, aligning that seam at the center. Sew the side seams and that inner leg seam with a 1/2 inch seam allowance and finish the raw edges. Press toward the back. To form the elastic casing along the top of the pant to accommodate a 1/2 inch elastic, we're going to press the top raw edges of the pant to the wrong side twice. First by 1/4 inch, then once more by 5/8 of an inch, all the way around. I've gone ahead and pressed those folds to the wrong side, and now we're going to edge stitch all the way around that inner bottom edge, leaving a gap somewhere in your stitches of about 2 inches so that we can insert the elastic. At my center back as I edge stitch, I'm also going to insert a garment label so that it's easier to distinguish the front and back while wearing the shorts. Cut your length of 1/2 inch wide elastic to your preference. I've chosen to cut my elastic to my waist measurement plus 1 inch. I'll secure one short end with a safety pin and draw it through the opening I left in the back of my shorts. Then I'll overlap those short ends of the elastic by about 1/2 inch and zigzag to secure. Pull your elastic entirely inside the casing, then we'll edge stitch in line with the previous edge stitching to close this hole. Now that we have the elastic inside the casing, at this point you can choose to top stitch your elastic all the way around through the center. Before I do this, I want to make sure that my elastic is evenly distributed within the casing, so I'll stretch it taut and mark the quarter points. Then I'll sew with a regular straight stitch right through the center of my elastic, pulling it taut from point to point as I go. For the bottoms of the leg openings, I'm going to do a rolled hem, folding those raw edges to the wrong side first by 1/2 inch, then once more by an additional 1/2 inch all the way around, for both legs. I've pressed and pinned my hem in place all the way around both legs. Now I'll take it to the sewing machine and edge stitch along the upper inner fold all the way around. Now the shorts are complete, let's move on to the top. To prepare your shirt pockets, finish the raw edges all the way around each pocket. Fold the top finished edge of the pocket to the right side by 1 inch. Pin along the edges. Sew those short edges with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Trim the top corners of the seam allowance, turn the flap right side out and give it a good press. Also press the side and bottom edges of the pocket to the wrong side by 1/2 inch. Top stitch the bottom edge of the top flap in place, just edge stitching along your finishing stitches from one side to the other. Repeat to create all 4 pockets and set them aside for now. Here are both of my collar pieces. I've gone ahead and applied interfacing to the wrong side of one piece. Now I'll place them right sides together. Pin the outer and top edges. Sew from one bottom edge, pivoting along the top edge back to the opposite bottom edge with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Trim the seam allowances, including the top corners. Turn this piece right side out and give it a good press. Place your front pieces right sides together with the back piece along the shoulder seams and pin in place. Also pin the side seams. Sew the side seams and the shoulder seams with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Finish the raw edges and press toward the back. Here is my neckline opened out from center front to center front, with the right side of the fabric facing me. Place your collar piece right sides together with the neckline, aligning the center back and pin in place. Then continue pinning to the edges of the collar. Sew the collar in place from one side to the other with a 1/2 inch seam allowance and finish the edges of that sewn portion. For the front interfacing, you can choose to apply interfacing to the wrong side for the entire piece. I'm choosing to just interface the center front portion. So my strip of interfacing is the length of my center front, and it's 2¼ inches wide. I'm going to place my interfacing a 1/2 inch away from the raw edge and fuse that in place. Do this for both pieces. I've also gone ahead and finished those shoulder edges and the inner long edges for both pieces. Now I'll place my facings right sides together with the bodice. I'll start by pinning that center front, then I'll pin that neck edge along the neckline, sandwiching the collar in between. Repeat on both sides. Then we can sew these facings in place, sewing along the center front with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, pivoting at the top corner to continue sewing the neckline of the facing, again with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Trim the top center front corners of your seam allowance. Turn the facings right side out and give the center front and the neckline a good press. On the inside of the garment, the finished edge of the shoulder seam of the facing should align with the finished edge of the seam allowance of the shoulder. So I've pinned my facings in place along those shoulder seams. From the front of the garment, I'm going to stitch in the ditch of the shoulder seam, catching that facing in my stitches. This will help keep the facing from flapping around on the inside. I'm also going to top stitch the seam allowance of the collar from shoulder seam to shoulder seam, so that that seam allowance stays to the inside of the garment. To determine the placement of my front pockets, I placed my pockets onto the pattern piece and traced them in place. I placed them wherever I thought they looked best, with about a 2-inch gap in between the pockets. Then I slashed open the tops of those markings so that I can transfer the upper lines of the markings to my fabric. Then I'll place my pockets onto the bodice at the markings. Pin in place, pinning through the bodice as well as the facing underneath. Edge stitch the side and bottom edges of each pocket. Here is one of my sleeve pieces, and I've gone ahead and pre-pressed the hem along the bottom edge. Doing this in the same way as we did for the shorts, pressing the raw edge to the wrong side once by 1/2 inch, then once more by an additional 1/2 inch. We'll unfold this fold for now and place the short edges right sides together. Pin in place. Sew that short edge with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, finish the raw edges, and press toward the back of the sleeve. Once the underarm seam is sewn, you can refold the bottom hemmed edges and pin in place. Then edge stitch along the upper inner fold all the way around the bottom of the sleeve in the same way as we did for the shorts, and repeat for both sleeves. Once the hem is complete, we can attach the sleeves to the bodice. I'm aligning the underarm seams right sides together and pinning in place. Then we can continue pinning that sleeve into the armhole. This will take some easing, so take your time and use lots of pins. Sew the sleeve in place with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, finish the raw edges, and repeat to attach both sleeves. Just as for the sleeves, I've gone ahead and pressed the bottom of my garment to the wrong side twice. First by 1/2 inch, then once more by an additional 1/2 inch, and we'll undo that fold for now. Along the bottoms of the facings, we're going to take that facing and place it right sides together with the bodice. And pin that bottom edge in place. Repeat on both sides. I'm going to sew those bottoms of the facing to the bodice with a 1 inch seam allowance, from the edge of the center front to the finished edge of the facing on both sides. I'm going to trim those bottom corners of the seam allowance, as well as trimming the facing seam allowance only by 1/2. Repeating on both sides. Turn the bottom edges of the facing right side out. Then refold those bottom edges from one side to the other and pin in place. Then we'll edge stitch from one center front to the other along the bottom edge, along that upper inner fold. Along the center front placket, decide where you'd like to place your buttonholes. Sew each buttonhole in place, then sew the buttons across on the other side. And now the top is complete. Thank you for watching this sew along. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future sewing tutorials, and I'll see you in the next video.